This presentation is part of the academic writing series produced by Ask Academic Skills at Brunel University. In this session, we'll discuss different strategies you can use to avoid and overcome writer's block. The key to avoiding writer's block is planning your assignment ahead. Try to divide your task into smaller parts by analyzing the title of your assignment. Take one step at a time and start with what seems easy. Later you can make changes to your draft and put what you have written at the right place. Some people find it easier to have in mind the structure of their essay, so they start with the introduction. Others do this at the end. There is no right or wrong, it's just a matter of finding what works for you. If you get stuck, move to another point that you want to make. Later you can go back and make changes. You can overcome writer's block by preparing a draft of your assignment and by keeping in mind that it's only a draft. No one is going to see it and no one will mark you. So, start by writing down fast any ideas you have about what you want to say in your assignment. You can write anything you want. Or say your ideas aloud and then jot them down. Some people find it easier to write on loose paper rather than on a notepad or the computer. At this stage, ignore any mistakes. No one is going to see them. The important thing here is to write. You can overcome writer's block by asking questions. For example, what point are you trying to make? Say it to yourself aloud or write it as clearly as possible. Don't simply think about it. Don't worry at this stage about not sounding academic. You can improve your expression once you are certain about what you want to say. The important thing here is to be clear. Another question you may ask is, why is this point important? Think about what it helps you to prove. How does it support your argument? Think about the relevance of what you are saying. If you are unsure, it's very likely that your reader will also be unsure. So you may need to delete something or rephrase it in order to make it relevant. Another question to ask is, how do we define X? In most cases, you will have to define a concept, and some people find it easier to start their assignment with a definition because it gives them a framework to begin with. Often defining a concept is controversial, so you may find that there are several definitions for the same concept. Think of what issues this controversy may conceal, which definition is useful for your purposes, and why. Another question to consider is, who has said what on why, and what is your stance in relation to what other scholars have said on why. How do you know X? Think about existing evidence and previous research. What evidence is there for X? Is there sufficient evidence, and is it convincing? Why or why not? What are the implications of why? Think about what we can learn from it. Or you may want to think about, when does why happen? Think about different conditions and contexts where why may or may not happen. Is there a relationship between X and Y? Try to link concepts and ideas and draw the implications from such relationship. The best way to avoid writer's block is to plan ahead and break down your task into smaller and more manageable tasks. This was a production of Ask Academic Skills at Brunel University.